Good evening, everybody. How are you doing on this fine, honestly freezing for me right now, Friday? It is so freaking cold. And I am cold. Anyways, welcome back to Everything Medieval. Let's go ahead and hop into the live scene. What's going on? Welcome back. I don't know what this pop-up is. I'm a little bit scared right now because this is the first time I've seen this. Also, welcome in, Rescore. Hope you're doing well. And save game was created with an older version of the game. To restore some of the blocks, the remapping and world reload is required. This process, I'm going to create a backup. And we're going to go ahead and apply. Because this technically did start on a... on a older version of the game. We started in 21.4 and now we're in 21.5, so I guess it kind of makes sense. But one remapping set, 36 remapping command. You can now restart your game server. Okay, I guess we should probably do what it says to do. So we're going to go ahead, disconnect, restart this world, and while we do that, we're going to head into the just chatting screen. You guys get to see my beautiful face. I know, it's a very rare occurrence nowadays. But thankfully, I think I'm past having to dog sit for the foreseeable future, so hopefully don't have to deal with too much requests for dog sitting over the winter. I just want to say I apologize for the lack of content as of late because it has been very lackluster. I've been very bad at making videos. Work has been crazy. Obviously, dog sitting, that has just taken up a lot of my time and energy. So really the only time I've had was my live streams and the one short that I put out like last week or something like that, I think it was. So do apologize about that. But you guys might have noticed behind me, I don't know, maybe not, I got a new shelf because the other one I had was ready to collapse. I literally pushed it over and it went after I took everything off, obviously. So it was very much a necessary upgrade. Plus, you know, I just like how this looks a little bit better. That's actually the backboard of my old shelf. So yeah, that wasn't good either. The thing was ready to fall apart at any point in time. But I think the world is currently loading. Found 20. Never mind. Yep. Console is currently running. Everything's getting started. So excuse me. Hope it doesn't require much more. Hopefully we can get right into things after this. So like I said, do apologize that better do this now than during everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to join the server. And it's loading. Okay, so I think we should be all good now. I guess while we're getting into the server right now, at any point in time, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like button. All my socials and stuff are linked down below. My community Discord's linked down there. Highly suggest you check that out. And thanks G Portal for sponsoring this series. Get your own vintage story game server over at G Portal. Use the link in the description below for 10% off your first initial purchase. And yeah, welcome back to Everything Medieval. So there's actually a couple things that we need to work on that kind of take priority right now over starting the build for our castle and whatnot, and that is food. I need to make more food, and I'm kind of tired of like looking at all this. We might even try to start a new home. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling very meh as of late. I don't know how long I will be streaming tonight, but we'll be definitely streaming for a solid amount of time. I just don't know 100% certain how long. like I said, with work, other obligations, it's been taking a lot of my energy. But yeah, we don't have... Where's my bow? We don't really have food, and that's like the one thing that I desperately need. So we're gonna go off and start doing some hunting. Oh yeah, that's right, we have leather. I completely forgot that we started making leather last time. Yeah, ADHD brain. It's great. Can't you tell? What did I do with my bow? That's the real question. Did I put it down in here? What did I do with my crude bow? No. No. What the heck did I do? Let's just double check that I'm not going insane. No bow in here. It's not hanging up. It's not leaning against the side of anything. It's not in here either. Where the heck did my bow go? Unless... Now this doesn't... That has oak logs, but that's not pertaining to what we have. That's right. Lime water, all that good stuff. Don't think any of this... this is what we have currently sealed, ready to come out whenever that is done. But I need to find my bow. I mean, worst case scenario, I could just make another crude bow. Why are you spawning in my house? You son of a gun. Alright, well, that's not ideal. At all. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go make another bow because, I mean, it's only a crude bow. It's very simple. Very easy to make. Maybe. Nope, not in there. What the hell did I do with my bow? Like, I'm genuinely confused and slightly concerned for that matter. Did not need that. I need this. So, actually, I think it's just that. Yes, it is. Beautiful. Excelente. Let's go on an adventure. And hopefully we can hunt down a good amount of meat. One thing I do need to keep in mind is that we are currently sitting on September 7th. So we should probably start preparing for winter here relatively soon. That's a big hole. Yeah, and then getting stuff stored for the winter because animal spawns decrease, you know, food and all that will be a lot more scarce, which is one thing I tend to have not learned since the last time I have played Vintage Story, is that I am very bad. Mike, what are you doing? My mic is acting weird, and I don't know why. It's not staying in place. Yeah. My mic stand seems to be slipping. Hold on a second. It's got tight. There we go. Hopefully that is a lot better. Also, that was lightning. Ooh, that's not good. We do need to snag up more flint. We do definitely need to do that. Well, that's not good either. We might get roast buffalo here or something. I don't know. Oh, that's a pig. Everything else should leave me alone as long as I get the pig. Now? I shot 4 arrows into you, my guy, and now you want to come after me? Also, please, for the love of God, do not charge me. I did nothing to you. You leave me alone and let me get to my food. At least nothing to you yet. Should probably preface that. Also, it is starting to get a little bit late. So, yeah. I'm gonna try. Okay, it's gonna run away. Never mind. Not that one. Maybe we could find another one. They're scattering. Almost. They're running. I couldn't tell if this one was trying to charge me or not. Oh, it's charging. Ouch. Help. Which one of the two? One of the two started running. I couldn't keep track of that, honestly. I forgot how hard these things can hit. Hey, there's another arrow. Yeah, I think we're just gonna play this a bit safe. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I can hunt. I don't know if I can hunt. Can I even hunt? I mean, we have some food that we should probably take back with us. Okay, I did pick up that arrow. Yeah. It's getting late. Well, actually, one thing I do want to test out are not those buffalo. I wanted to test out this specific aurochs cow. All right, decent amount of health on it, for sure. Gotta make sure nothing's sneaking up on me. Okay, it's dead. They all running? They better be running. I want to see what these guys can give us. Okay, some bones, fat, a large rawhide. Okay, so they're definitely decent for food. Not as good as the water buffalo, though. And I might try to go out in the morning to do some more hunting. Yeah, because it's getting dark. It's getting harder and harder to see. And it's probably not in my best interest to just be waltzing around in the dark. Just doesn't really, you know, sound like a logical thing to do. So, yeah, we're gonna make us some food, baby. We have lots of vegetables. That stuff's probably the freshest, so we want to use up this first. Don't you have the cart mod? I have a cartography book and stuff. Wagon, I'm guessing that's what you're trying to get at. It's like this. I think I should have the cart mod installed. I think it was one of the recommended ones that you had recommended to me. So it should be in here. Not 100% sure though. Ooh, wait. I gotta get wood. even if it is damp from the rain. Let's take what we have. Torch doesn't go in the soup. Torch lights the wood for the soup. Oh gosh, I need one singular onion. That's ridiculous. But I will just eat a couple turnips. Just to give us at least something to eat. So we don't fully starve ourselves. Okay, let's see here. Let me, while this is cooking, let me double check the mod list and see if I do in fact have that installed. I thought I did. Maybe not. Let's see. I don't know if it shows up as like its actual name or if it is something else. Cartwright's Caravan. I actually don't know if I installed this one. Yeah, I don't think I actually went ahead and did that. Also, Puff Pastry, hello, welcome in. How you doing? Just on your stream, so I decided to stop by. Well, we always greatly appreciate newcomers in the chat. How you doing on this Friday or Saturday? I don't know what time it is for you, so enjoy your stay. Welcome to Everything Medieval. This is my vintage story forever world themed around everything that's medieval to some degree. There's some mods that this is a constantly work in progress type of world where we find more mods to explore and add into the world if it's possible to add in during, you know, our playthrough, trying to avoid stuff that requires us to restart our world. But yeah, so far I think it is going pretty all right. It's just, you know, the basics. What time is it? I think we're just gonna go ahead and sleep. Doing well, did a bunch of housework today, and now I'm ready to relax with some modded videos. Nice, nice. Yeah, I play modded vintage story. So I would call it more light to moderate modded vintage story, but I mostly also play modded Minecraft is what I primarily play as well on the channel. We've done mod pack reviews. We've tried out mods that I have found interesting. Currently, as of late, we have our Middle Earth mod playthrough. We're about roughly 11 videos. I think it's 11 videos. Trying to remember exactly how many videos it's been now. But yeah, Middle Earth mod is one of my favorite mods of this year. Highly suggest checking that out. It's my video only series. I do live stream Minecraft as well on Mondays Sundays is Return to Moria, and Fridays is Vintage Story. Also, what the hell is going on out there? Also, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. It looks like it finally stopped raining. I swear, from the last time that I streamed to now, I don't think it has stopped raining once. And that is absolute bonkers to me for whatever reason. All right, we're just going to put that in there for now. We're going to let that finish cooking. And yeah, so far what we kind of have going on in this world is obviously we have our pit kilns here. We have a nice little blacksmith right over here. And over here we have our tannery. This is where we do all of our tanning and all that kind of stuff. Still has some work that needs to be done to it, which I probably should finish if I'm being 100% honest. But I really want to get working on the castle because that's primarily where we're going to house a lot of our where we're going to live primarily. I would like a place to live throughout the winter. So, like I said, we're on the 8th of September now, so winter is ever so slowly creeping closer. But we do have some we have a lot of work that needs to get done yet. So we need rocks. You stalking me? When do you mean, Rescore? Must have been watching another stream earlier. My apologies, I wasn't paying attention to who was in chat. I do not intend to stalk you. Yeah, no stalking, chatters, please, and thank you. That would not be fun. We don't do stalking around here, okay? But yeah, I wanted to make more cobblestone, which I do have some laying around here. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of that. We're gonna need it anyways. I also need to make sure that I don't get distracted because ADHD brain go burr. I do need to focus on getting more food and other materials. But in the meantime, I do want to put our torch holders down because eventually we'll put in some torches there. And I'll do nice little hangovers to hopefully prevent the rain from putting them out and stuff like that. Yeah, let's try not to get distracted, Z-Man. We do have an objective. Do the thing that you were saying that you wanted to do first. Where can I store this stuff for the time being? Yeah, that's good. Good. I should probably check on my crops too. The growing spelt is all right. We do have some flax, which we will certainly harvest up. Another thing I need to do is, you know what? Well, this is why we have the to-do list, so we don't get lost in what we're doing. But we're gonna ignore all that for now. So, to-do list number 1, hunting / gather crops. Bam. Start work on expansions for castle. Bam. And try to grow as much food as possible. Prepare for winter. Yes. Okay. Now, Z-Man, future Z-Man should be prepared. A little bit more prepared. Right, we got carrots, onions, all this stuff's looking good. So we'll harvest that all up. I'm also gonna just chop all this stuff away because my cabbages are done. I completely forgot that I had cabbages. I'm not gonna lie. Get rid of the grass. And let's plant the flax. I would much prefer the cabbage seeds, please and thank you. They do require 14 days, so we shall see what we can do with this. How are the nitrogen levels here? Seem to be all right. Well, it's new shelf Z-Man. Yes, I do have a new shelf. It's fantastic. I honestly much prefer it over my old one. Mostly because it's stable and it's not going to fall apart. As I mentioned to chat earlier, I literally, after I cleared off my shelf, obviously, I had just pushed it over and it fell apart on me. So yeah, it was definitely kind of necessary. Also, why? Oh, the potassium levels are low here. Yeah, that'll do it. All right. All right. Parsnips, though, we will take those now. Maybe. We got 7 parsnip seeds. Can we plant them? Where can we plant them? Because we need... Yeah, like so. I might... Did I throw away parsnip seeds earlier? Somewhere? It might have been these, actually. Hold on. Aha! I was right. Cabbages, watch out for a bald kid and his friends. Let's not take my cabbages, please. And onions, they're... Yeah, I did not properly crop rotate, so the growth rates and everything are probably quite bad right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and store this stuff. We got food. More food, for that matter. Did I ever make Crocs? I don't think I ever made Crocs, guys. Uh-oh. That's actually no bueno. Yeah, pretty much this is all full. So we go to the next one. Put all that stuff into there, which that's almost full. How's everything else looking? Also, I'm not bald, Rescore. It's just a receding hairline. You bully. Yeah, I might need to start making Crocs here soon. Because I don't think I have any to store the food. I know I have a bunch of clay sitting in there already, but I don't want to use that for making my Crocs. I'm gonna just harvest up a bit more over here because we still have a whole lot of clay sitting over here. So we're probably gonna fill up a few of those pit kilns with some Crocs and whatnot. Bald to be, shut up. That's rude. Bald to be. Listen, if we're up to me, I wouldn't be bald. I mean, I could pay thousands of dollars for hair transplant or something, but I'm not going to do that because I'm poor. Both my grandparents are bald. Both of my grandfathers are bald, and my dad is bald, and my uncle's mostly bald, and my other uncle's also bald. So it's hereditary. I can't help it, okay? Gonna harvest up this grass because I'm probably gonna need it. Alright, let's go ahead and remove these dirt blocks so we can get in there a bit easier. So, Crocs. 4 Crocs. Boom, 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 and boom. And remove. And now the tedious part. Really wish there was a slightly faster way to do this. But it is what it is. Alright, now we can duplicate. Yeah, I wish I had kind of realized what time of the year it was, so I could have done more prep. Honestly, I did mention this in the last stream, that I was contemplating starting to do some off-camera work, just like resource gathering, small tasks like this, so I'm not spending a lot of time on stream for dedicated to this. So we can focus more on the actual content that I wanted to make. I don't remember what people honestly said about that, because I did want to get you guys' input if that's something that I should do, or if you guys just want to see everything done every stream. So let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching this in VOD form, or in chat right now. All right. More Crocs. You know, I probably should have specified not the shoes, right? Not those kinds of Crocs. You know, another thing that I should do as well is try to make pitfall traps for wandering animals around my base. That could also help us out quite a bit with the hunting and everything like that. I can't remember how many chunks are loaded around the player while they're in a specific space. And I don't know if that's adjustable or anything, but like the field where we have been doing our hunting and whatnot, it's a decent distance away. It's not super far away, but it's also not close to us. So if I were to make a pitfall trap out there, if, you know, we were to get animals to fall in those, I don't know if it's gonna, that area is gonna be loaded in or not. All right, 3 sets of 4 Crocs per should be enough. Also, I'm gonna make my job a little bit easier. Make this easier on all of us. That's what I think. So, let's... How much... that's a good bit of grass. The only thing that I'm semi-lacking on now are fire logs, which... I mean, we have logs, so we should be fine. Also, I should probably go ahead and eat. Yes. May suggest laying snares. Huh? Oh, it's also easy enough to do. That's definitely a possibility, Rescore. Thank you for the suggestion. Sticks. What do I do with all those sticks? Alright. Grass, sticks, logs. Oh, I did have the sticks. And all logs. And grass. Or not grass, dirt. And light. It's not like the surrounding area. We want to light the pit kiln. Beautiful. Yeah, a proper house of some kind would probably be helpful at some point. I would prefer to live in my castle. Snare. So we need cordage, which we can get from wild vines. Is it only wild vines? 3 papyrus. And 3 cattails. Okay, that's easy enough. Should have plenty of cattails laying around here. There's more cattails there. Any in here? I do have cordage. And do I need stakes for that? Yes. Yes, I do. All right, 6 snares. That'll at least get us started. Where do I want to go put these down? I want to probably put them down around the forest, because that's where we get a lot of our wildlife. I'll probably also end up having to bait these. Place in soft ground to catch animals. Bait it so it's more effective. Right. Alright, so we're going to try to space these out, but also at the same time try to... Remember where we put them? Oh, for the love of God, it's raining out. I ran into my own fucking trap. Like, wait a minute, why am I taking damage? It's because I ran into my own trap, like a fucking idiot. What the hell? What the hell, Z-Man? Do better. Okay, so we do need to bait them. What do we want to bait them with? Because I'm assuming we can only catch certain animals with the snares. So berries are probably want to do that. Berries will probably be our maybe vegetables. Can we use vegetables? You know, these berry bushes have been sitting here, ready to be harvested for God knows how long. Just gonna harvest a few of them. Our blueberry bushes are almost done, so that's good. You know what, Rescord? That would be a smart idea to mark them. Let's... No. Don't want that. Let's grab carrots. Any wild rabbit would love some carrots, am I right? Right. Alright, I think I put them closer to... this area. So we got one right here. So snare there. Which I should probably also, you know, bait them while I'm right next to them. Did it? How many carrots did that take? Rabbits can't... Well then, something else will. For a split second, I thought I found my trap again by running into it. That would have been a little funny. I won't lie. Thought I... Aha, I did. Snare. Change the color on that. So it's a little bit more noticeable. Sorry, talking to the grandmother. Snare. There we go. I knew I had it somewhere. So now I have one more trap somewhere. I'm not gonna pin those. May I explain further about the carrot thing? Go right ahead. I'm gonna call you Pastry. Oh. That was easy. Cow. Where did I put... There we go. Make sure these are all baited. Now I'm going to double check and see if anything else has been tripped. Nope. It was just, maybe we just got super lucky with that being one. Yeah, I'm not bald, Rescore. I'm balding, but I'm not bald. There's a clear difference there. You know, it probably wouldn't be the worst idea to make another chest. Oh wait, I have a bit of copper down here. How did I just now notice that? Feels silly. Like this stuff here, we can throw in. I'll take the gold. Yeah. Carrots and other large plant roots are meant to store sugars for the plant to use later. They're great for people, but bad for bunnies. Good to know. I honest to God did not know that. So I appreciate the helpful advice. Or tip, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we have all that. Yeah, I think in the morning we're gonna make some more nails and strips. Also sounds like monsters are starting to spawn, so uh-oh. I love my thick, soft, strong blonde hair. Alright, now you're just bragging. You are bragging, and I don't like it. Great. Now I'm hungry again. Sounds like we got friends outside. Definitely making lamp posts and such like that should be a kind of a priority at this point in time, so that we're not getting mobs spawning in here like crazy. You guys better give me something good. Of course you're gonna give me shit. And your shit. Alrighty then. Well, these bone arrows, I truly could give two shits about. I don't care if they despawn. We have Crocs. I think we're good on that front. How are these doing? This one's getting closer, and this one's also getting closer. We might as well turn that leather, or not leather, the hide that we have. The rawhide. Yeah, we might as well do something with that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and seal that up. This has 2 liters of lime water, which ain't gonna give us nothing. Alright, I'm gonna need my buckets. Where's my buckets? What did I do with my buckets now? Aha! Found them. Excuse me. See, this is why we also close the gates, so we don't get mobs spawning in from other spots and attacking us. Did you talk shit about Soul Spawn not being organized? No! Because I'm probably worse than him. I'm definitely worse than him. What am I talking about? Well, I'm just going to put the buckets on the ground. So at least I know where they are at that point. Like the hole in the wall. Hey, we don't... That's so I can get water, okay? I haven't built a well yet or an infinite water supply. Which now that I think about it, I think it's different. I think I could just go up to a water source. And just... Yeah, I can. Well, technically we don't need it anymore because I thought... I totally know how to play this game, guys. What do I do with the... Aha. Here they are. I know, we haven't done a whole lot of building yet. I know. But we'll get there eventually, guys. I just have to put some stuff down. I think we'll be good on food for a little bit. Alright, we don't have any room in there. Right, I remember another thing I was going to do. Copper? Charcoal? Is this the last bit of charcoal I have? Sure hope not. Where's my nails and strips mold? Alright, we gotta light it. Serious gamer moments only here. Definitely. I think this might be the last of the charcoal that I have. That's not good. Did I harvest the rest of my charcoal from down here? I did. Uh-oh. Might have to do some, That's a big deer. I want to get that big deer. Once again, guys, ADHD. My hammer is in the way. Oh, it's running after me! Oh, it's running after me! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's running after me! Well, it's running away now. I'm gonna try to get more arrows back. Oh, yes, there we go. You picked a fight with a megafauna? Yeah, I didn't realize that they would fight back, though, for whatever reason. Let's see how much... I'm actually very curious about this. 42 red meat. Holy shit! That's a lot of food. I mean, I'm not complaining. Wait, was that... That must have been another arrow. I thought I had lost all a couple arrows there, but I guess not. Hey. Yippee. Make jerky. Turn a bit of it into jerky. If your mod is accurate, you have the shelf mod. Shelf! That's actually very simple to make. I have boards too. They are over in this chest. Aha! I need a proper place to store this stuff, but this is the only proper building that I have. Oh wait, maybe I can't do it in here. I might need to expand my hole. Storage. Rubble storage. Sealing jar. Huh. Fancy nightstand. Ah, right. Still molten. There we go. Almost forgot about that. Oops. I'm just gonna expand my hole by a couple blocks back. That's gonna be more so for storing the other stuff. Bookshelf. Ruined bookshelves. Egg shelf. Okay. Short eggs. Bread. I can store my seeds. I just need to make a pie/cheese shelf. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be a freaking game changer. I can free up storage space. Oh, that's so much better. I'll try cabinet in a second. I actually have a proper place to put my seeds now. That is wonderful. Wall cabinet. I think what do we got again? Pine. Well, we need glass for that. And my quartz supply is kind of limited. And my black coal supply is even more limited. So yeah, we got 9 there. I thought I had quartz somewhere. I think for now, this stuff's pretty much almost cured, so I'm just gonna leave that in there in my inventory for now. And that sounded like it was right on top of me. I did not like that very much. Oh my gosh, that's a big rug. I can't even... Well, that's kind of pointless. Why can't I walk on it? Like, I need to have that extra block there. It's kind of dumb. Fine, we'll put it like that. Sure, that works. Interesting. Yeah, anyways, I think... we should be, for the most part, okay for now. I would really like to try and get started on actually building now, because we just crossed the hour mark, but I would like to get working on the castle, the Drauvale Castle. So what we need is put that away in there. Probably gonna forget about it being in there, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Let's go ahead, break a couple of these slabs up. Should give us enough stone, right? It's a good amount. So almost 2 stacks off of that. Ain't too bad. I do have some leftovers. Remember, we gotta clear out the area before we can officially expand into it. So for now, we're just gonna knock these out. Let's make our next expansion. Technically, this would be 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're going to have a lot of dirt to clear out of here. Might even need to make another, whatchamacallits. Shiver boy. Oh, there's some quartz down there. What are you going to give me? Nothing, of course not. Of course you're going to give me absolutely shit. Alright, so then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So yeah, we have a... Oh, shoot. You know... It's fine. It'll be fine. Because we'll still put in a staircase here of some sorts. Yeah. So let's start by getting rid of all this dirt first so we can see how much stone we have to clear out. Honestly, the shovel's probably going to end up breaking, so I'm going to have to make another one here soon. And in all honesty, I might even try to go into one of those mine shafts to get the black coal. Because that's like our only primary source of fuel currently. I really don't want to spend time chopping down trees and making a pit kiln. I'd very much like to try to avoid doing that. So, I'm thinking that we're going to use up some black coal as our primary fuel source for the foreseeable future until we can locate brown coal. I don't think any prospect that we've done we have found brown coal. Let's see. Sphalerite, emerald cinnabar, no. No. Brown coal. What is this in? It's okay. It's literally just called brown coal. Okay. And it can be found in pretty much any block types too. So, yeah. Oh, great. We have a rift right there. Of course, right where we're trying to build. Yeah, there's not much we can really do about the rift activity, which it's currently high, which also explains a lot. But yeah, this shovel's pretty much ready to fall apart here any moment. So I'm probably going to have to make another one here shortly. I'm honestly kind of surprised it's lasted this long. But hey, we will take it. Yeah, this thing's really close to falling apart. Yep, there it goes. There she goes. Actually, probably shouldn't be wasting this medium fertility soil. Should be saving it for more crops. Which I'll definitely have to be more on top of come next year. So I will say I was very bad at keeping track of my crops. Are you taking inspiration from Drauvale Castles or making something of your own design? Ah, that was really close to me. I did not like that one bit. I should probably get this, you know, iron hammer out of my inventory. So I don't get struck. I think I'm just going to come up with something of my own design. You know, there might be some aspects of it that might come from notable castles, whether they're real life or fantasy themed, because I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I'm also a huge fan of Game of Thrones too, so like there's really no, like, it's probably going to be nearly impossible for me to come up with something that might not have inspiration of some kind to some degree somewhere, so yeah. This lightning is giving me anxiety, man. Neat. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of borderline obsession levels when it comes to Lord of the Rings specifically, because I watch the Hobbit trilogy and the original trilogy at least once a quarter. Usually it's only about once a quarter, but still, and quarters every 3 months. So for anybody that didn't know about that, yeah, it's borderline obsession, if not obsession at this point. And I also have 2 Lord of the Rings tattoos, so yeah. Low-key obsessed with Lord of the Rings. I'm also just a huge fan of, like, medieval fantasy. I don't know what about it, you know, attracts me to that kind of stuff, but it's just really fascinating to me. And I'm actually in the Soulless world, which is my forever world / server that I have with my buddy Roth. Him and I are coming up with our own fantasy universe that we're building all in Minecraft. So we have our own lore, you know, different concepts for the races and everything like that, which I highly suggest if you're into Minecraft. And the Soulless world is There's like a couple quality of life mods that we have in there, but nothing like super modded about it. So regardless, it's a passion project that him and I have been working on for over a year now, where I'm currently building out a dwarven kingdom and he's working on his elven kingdom. So it's a great place to hang out if you like world lore and fantasy vibes and whatnot. But anyways, need another shovel. So let's go get another shovel. You know, I almost want to like dub this whole region area, because this is pretty much like a region, perhaps. Is like the Dreary Vale, because it seems to non-stop rain here, which I find to be very annoying. So I had to choose the, obviously I had to pick the most annoying place in the whole world when it comes to rain. I'm personally playing D&D, but I can't run games on my computer, looking to get a proper gaming setup eventually. Yeah, I mean, initially for me, like when I built my very first computer, it took me months to save up for it. And like, yeah, it's a long process, but at the same time, it's so worth it. Can I even cook that? I mean, I should be able to just eat it. It's not super, you know, saturating or anything, but you can still eat it. Let's throw that into there. It's pretty damn close to night time. How are my crocs? My crocs are probably done by this point. And they are. So that's great. Let's go ahead. Now nobody can say I'm not prepared for winter, because we have our first bit of sealed food. How many servings are in this left? Or how many servings are left? 1? Okay. What about this one? 2. Yeah, this is more so just what we can use to eat currently. And for now, the unused crocs can go on this shelf. Save us a bit of space. And you know what? I think I'm just going to try to sleep. Cool guy. What's going on? Welcome back. How you doing? Yeah, we need to get another thing, another shovel going. So let's go ahead and get working on that. And you know what? It's probably not... How long does this burn for? 84 seconds? Probably takes time to get up to 1200 though, I would think. Let's just see how much one black coal, how much that will heat up our thing here. Yeah, we're just gonna eat some of this jerky. Yeah, I probably should have cooked it before letting it cure, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. So it does seem to heat up a little, maybe a little bit faster. But not by a whole lot. Oh crap, I need to go get my tongs. My tongs are in the other chest. Oh great, we got friends too. Stop throwing rocks at me. I'm trying to do stuff. Oh, you just glitched through my... Ah! Oh, there's a rift right there. No wonder. So the rift essentially just moved a little bit closer to my house, which I don't like. Not even my house, but just more into my base, which I don't like. Alright, we got the tongs. We're gonna quickly check to see what the bodies have. A singular flax. Oh, that's a Bowtorn. We're being invaded. Like, what the actual frick? I wish it was like after you killed X amount of mobs, then they would stop, like the rift would go away. That doesn't really seem to be the case. You know what? I'm just gonna close that for... I forgot when the door is closing, they could still walk through, but if it's opening, you can't walk through it. I almost forgot about that. No. And nothing. We're just going to confine that area for now. Alright, so this is actually cooling off. And let's get our hammer. I'm gonna be right back, everybody. All right, everybody. I apologize about that. My grandfather needs some help loading up his car to go out to hunting camp. Yeah, it's hunting season. So, my family's generally pretty big into hunting, and fortunately this year I did not get my hunting license, so I am not hunting. Also, why in the heck is my thing that was so weird? It seemed like the mechanic or whatever got locked up. That's weird. Haven't had that happen before. But yeah, my family and I are generally pretty avid hunters. I just didn't renew mine this year just because, you know, money is tight. So I didn't have the money to renew it. But hopefully next year I will be able to go out and hunt. Alright, so I need a shovel. Where's the shovel? Aha, there it is. Doing well, had some pizza earlier. We love to hear that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner yet. I have not eaten dinner yet. So, yeah. There might be some leftover spaghetti, I heard, but not 100% certain. But yeah, like, doing stuff like this to prep for the next episode of the series and everything like that, I think I want to try to start doing after, or start doing during the week when I have time. But as I've mentioned multiple times now, work has just been super busy. It's this time of year, man. Just feeling, I wouldn't say I'm feeling overwhelmed or overworked or anything like that, but work as of late has just been nuts for me. So I'm hoping come, I don't know, I'm hoping once, you know, school's officially out, my university shuts down for the Christmas / New Year break, then I'll be able to take some time to really just focus on my content more than I have been. Because sometimes just having the right timing is always important. Am I going to be one voxel? I better not be one voxel short. I think I'm going to have just enough voxels for that. Ooh. That was close. I'm going to make sure I pick up the shovel head so it doesn't despawn on me. Probably eat a few jerky here too. Do Cane's not Little Caesars? I don't have a Cane's where I live, so sorry. I don't know. By the way, Z-Man, you were my most watched channel this year. I feel so honored. Thanks, Rescore. Yeah, it was interesting to see my most watched channels this year, because they definitely weren't exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, it was kind of like it was a wide variety of different channels that I've watched, which was interesting to see. But yeah. Yeah. Little Caesars. I had Little Caesars and got sick from it. Well, generally speaking, if you ever have like a negative, I wouldn't say negative effect, but just like a negative experience with something like that, I can see the reasoning for deterring from using or eating said product. But yeah, for me, I like me some Little Caesars. It's cheap. I mean, it's not great pizza, but it's good enough pizza to fill you up. Also, good thing that the rift is gone. Current rift activity. Apocalyptic. We love that for us. Oh boy. This should be a interesting time. It should be an interesting time, at least. Lightning, please stop. I like Domino's better. Honestly, Domino's is probably my least favorite pizza brand. I don't know what it is. It's probably because of the same exact reason that you don't like Little Caesars, cool guy. I feel like I got sick off it once, or it just made me feel sick, and I've hated it ever since. To me, that sounds about right. All right, get the plugs. Probably gonna need them here pretty soon. Where is my corner block? I think it was right here. So let's do a little bit of block trimming here. We used to have a Hungry Howie's where well, close to where I lived, but they closed down a while ago. I actually don't think I've ever had Hungry Howie's. That was so close. There's a Mazio's near me that's closing down. I've never had Mazio's. I don't know, it's regional stuff, I guess. Wow, I placed those in the wrong spots. Plugs need to go on top, like so. Beautiful. Yeah, I really like this natural stone staircase almost that went up to this area. So I'd like to try to replicate that in my castle build. Ouch. I just nailed my knuckle up against my mic. That did not feel good in the slightest. Hunts Bros is the shit. I've never had it. Don't have that where I live. At least I don't think. Ooh. After I clear out this stone, we're gonna go check our snares. That's probably a smart thing to do. I mean, it's... Oh my god! Oh shit! Dude, where did you even come from? Dude said, surprise, motherfucker, and then dipped out. Like, what the shit? That was scary. I didn't like that one bit. This might be too far. No, it's not. Very interesting. That's actually a very large chunk of this which is good. Definitely gonna have to eat and heal. A Hunts Bros, a white monster, and some ice cream. You know what? Never had Hunts before, but that does sound very good. Specifically the white monster. I am a fiend for caffeine. Get back here. Well, dude said, never mind. I'm not gonna let you collect my drops. My favorite monster is the orange dreamsicle. That does sound very delicious. Have I had the orange dreamsicle? I feel like I should have at one point. Because, like, I used to drink Monsters a lot when I was younger. Getting these massive slabs. Just throw them in the stack. For Must Java, I don't do carbonated drinks in about 3 to 4 years. Interesting. Yeah, I have friends that don't really drink carbonated drinks either. And I guess I just don't understand why. But, I mean, everybody, to each their own. Everybody has their preferences. You know, you do you, boo-boo. Anyone recall those orange ice creams that came in the toilet paper rolls? Yes! Oh my gosh, those were... It was like sherbet. Yes, push-ups, or push-pops, whatever they're called. One of the two. Those were so freaking good. Childhood memory unlocked right there. Those are probably one of my favorite types of ice creams. I mean, sherbet's technically not ice cream, but still, regardless. They were one of my favorite things to eat on a hot summer day. I specifically actually remember those when my grandparents used to live at their old house. And they had a pool. And my Nana would always have those. I saw your shadow. Saw you coming, motherfucker. Thought I heard something, but maybe my mind's driving me crazy. I don't know. I did push pops and my phone autocorrected to push-ups. I love carbonated drinks. The fizz is great. I personally don't mind the carbonation. But, you know, some people are just like, ew, no, why? I don't mind it. I swear to God, I'm gonna get struck by lightning at some point during this stream, and I'm just calling it now. It's gonna happen. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'm gonna get struck by lightning, and it's not gonna be fun. Before I quit drinking, my go-to drink was Dr. Pepper. I love me some Dr. Pepper. That's probably like my favorite pop is Dr. Pepper. I have soda water and fruit syrups that are homemade. Ooh, that also sounds good. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Alright, last little bit of stone here to clear out. And then we're gonna go check our snares. Where do you think you're going, bud? You ain't going nowhere. Also, just want to point out, I have a singular temporal gear. I have not had the greatest luck in this world with getting temporal gears. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's just weird. Alright, well, we do have cobblestone already. And just so you guys know, we will be removing this middle wall here once we claim this chunk here. So, just got to keep that in mind. So we will have the availability of resources for that part, which will be very nice. Kind of saves us a little bit of time with not having to completely whatchamacallits, without having to completely do some more without having to do more resource gathering constantly. The drink I sip on the most is water. Water, pinch of salt, lemon syrup, and liquid IV. Okay. Interesting combo there. Did you answer my question about magic? I played one game? Might have been two a couple weeks ago on Roth's stream. It actually might have been no, not last Saturday because Soulspawn wasn't around. Yeah, I know we played within the past 3 weeks. I just don't remember exactly when. Alright, I was going to put that into there. Grab another stack of that, and we're going to break apart some of these stone slabs here. I know what liquid IV is. I've used them. They help me with my hangovers sometimes. Because I'm old now, so I get hangovers. It sucks. No, in all honesty, I really don't do that much drinking anymore. Like, I obviously when I go out for my dart leagues and stuff like that, that's probably the most drinking that I do within a week. So it's, I promise you guys, I'm not an alcoholic. Okay, almost 3 stacks there. It's not bad. I would challenge you to Yu-Gi-Oh, but you don't know how to play. I would challenge you to Pokemon card game, but I really don't know how to play. Yeah, I mean, the extent of the card game that I know how to play is off of Pokemon Pocket, which, I mean, it's technically one of the way to play the card game. It's just condensed for the Pocket version, obviously, for shorter games and all that stuff. I can feel the cat. She's scratching the chair. I don't know, Commander, and I'm too old to bother learning. These days I play poker. You know what? That's fair. Hold on a second. What? Jet? Come here and say hi to chat. They're always like, where's Arwen? Where's Arwen? Not really. I'm boosting her ego a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, we love Arwen. She's great. Someone ain't naming names. Dropped the phone in the toilet after dropping a deuce. I agree with Rescourt. Ill. That's disgusting. That's when you burn off your hands. And yeah, that's just gross. I mean, I understand wanting to save the phone, don't get me wrong. But yeah. She's trying to find a spot to get comfy. Telling you guys that right now. Get your tail out of my face, kitty. Yeah, exactly. Time to get a new phone. At that rate. Ooh. Starting a little late. Hi. What are you doing? You know, it would have... It's one thing if you reach in while there's already a deuce in the toilet like that. Cool guy. But... Yeah, I mean... I sort of thought you meant I took a deuce, didn't flush, and then picked up my phone after dropping it in the toilet. Why did you just aggressively nudge my knuckle? What are you doing, cat? You have something to say to the people? No? Oh my goodness. Kitty cat wants attention. Yes, I know. I know, sweetie. You're like, you're never home anymore. I want my attention and affection and cuddle. Good news, I'm not dog sitting anytime soon, so you have all my attention at any other time than when I'm streaming. Alright. I think it's time that we head back. I'm using her tail as a mustache now. What are you... That's close enough to go to bed. I have 2 cats I can relate. Yes, exactly. That's how all cats are. Ain't that right, you little shit? I think it's about the temporal storm here soon. Uh-oh. Let's go! More leather! Look at all. Get into the hole. I don't know if I have enough stuff to put on the floor. Uh-oh. Alright, well, I guess I'm just kind of preparing for when it does start to storm. Because it's probably going to start storming here very soon. And you know what? I'm going to grab my leather now. Do as much with this as I can. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Get in the house. Cat's like, attention. Oh, she's purring. She loves the attention. I know she does. We're just gonna hide out down here. Now that we have leather, though, we can definitely do leather helmet. So that requires 7 leather. Look at that! Armor! Leather body armor? Oh god, that's expensive. I think we don't even have enough for that. That's 18, 20, 20. That was literally all the leather that I had. That's not good. Okay. Arwen, I love you. I love you so very much, baby. But you're in my way. Ah, that's right. We do need to make the boss and then the hoop and yeah. Right. All right, what other armor? Leather armor. Or leather leg armor? So that's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Which we do have enough for that. I think we also need flax twine. A leather flat door? What the heck? Oh yeah. So that requires 4. This requires 12. 11. I actually might have enough to do both. So it's like that. Okay. Yeah, I have just enough to do the leather braces too. So it's mostly the body armor that we don't have. Definitely lacking in body armor. I'm gonna take a risk here. I think it's 4 and 2. I think I get the recipes mixed up. I do have some poultice. I do have some stuff here. Oh, jeez. Hi. Scared the crap out of me. Uh-oh. Oh, they are sitting right out there for me. Ouch. Now hoarded. Who do you think is the most hated fire starter? Ooh, that's a great question. They are like right there. Oh, okay. All right, that's one down. Maybe we try to make... Of course, it's only going to be a singular flax fiber. Oh, jeez! Ouch! Oh, this is... Oh, that's a nightmare. That is a nightmare. Drifter! That's a corrupt drifter. Okay, got through. You ain't going nowhere. Where do you think you're going? Of course it's only gonna give me... I'll get back to you with the answer. I want to... For whatever reason, I think chimchar is one of the lesser appreciated. This dude will one-shot me, so I do need to be careful. Once again. Oh, it's just tainted. Never mind. I thought it was a nightmare for some reason. Bro. Think the storm's starting to go away? Ow. Oh! Oh, jeez! Oh, that's a double-headed drifter, too. No! I am taking a huge risk right now. What the hell was that? I was probably so close to killing it, and it's just like, nah. See you later, loser. You bitch ass. Okay, I guess all the monsters didn't go away. Alright, so in once it's prepared, then we put it into here. Right. Which one do you think it is? I said it's probably chimchar. Embor? Really? Embor? That's kind of surprising to me. I definitely would have thought Embor would have been one of the favorites. But I guess that's also just me. Because I personally like Embor. Gotta pick up all my flax now, too. It's slow, yes, but it's also strong. I also like Embor. Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I feel like it could be a lot worse. Or there are a lot worse, but... If I see you with an Eevee, I'm judging. Listen, Umbreon is one of my top 3 favorite Pokemon. So... shut it. You know, I have a... I had a tattoo idea for a Umbreon, like an Umbreon themed tattoo, and I would like to get it, but then again, right now it's money is another thing. Delphox is not a good typing. I honestly didn't really use Delphox, so actually, you know what I should probably do too is get more food cooking. Torch doesn't go in there. You know what? I'm actually going to go with the hefty food combination because I know that gives a lot more saturation. So we're going to do that. Yes, Rescore is in fact very dirty-minded. We do also have some poultry that we need to cook up as well. Yeah. Mewtwo is my favorite Pokemon. But I'm gonna have to roll up my, I don't know if I've shown you this tattoo, Rescore, but on my forearm here, I have Mewtwo tattooed, and it's the original Pokemon movie quote. Well, the last part of it is what you do with the gift of life determines who you are. I don't know if I shown that to you or not, but yeah. Do you have Sword in its DLC? I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Bye. I have a couple mildly interesting ideas for tattoo designs, but I'm also not an artist, which is why I also leave that up to my cousins who are tattoo artists to be like, hey, come up with a cool design for me, please. I think the version that I purchased was... I might have purchased shield. I might, or it was either sword or shield. It was one of the two. I can't fully remember though. You know, I wanted to do that without falling, but here we are. I have shield. I'm wondering if Rush Room is in sword since I can't get it in shield. Well, if Zekrom is in shield, then I would assume Reshiram is in sword. Oh, I didn't build this up enough. Gotta build this up by one more block. Also, freaking heck. Got into a debate with an apple tard. He was bragging about how cool the company is. Apple is a pain in the ass to work with. Also, could my mic stand please stop falling? I really appreciate that, actually. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, I think I might have adjusted my mic stand properly so it doesn't continue to fall away from my face. I use Android, not Apple. Okay, I'm gonna sound very hypocritical even, but I have an iPhone, but that's like the extent of Apple products that I own, that I have paid for. I used to have a MacBook when it was gifted to me, but that was when I first started playing Minecraft by myself, was when I had bought Minecraft for the Mac, which was... Ugh, brother, ugh. Oh, come on. Alright, so now we just have to put this little... It's not even a bezel, but just a little bit of extra decoration here on the top, and then this chunk will be claimed. That's not where that's supposed to go. It's again not where that's supposed to go. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna run out of resources there. I'm glad I didn't. But now this chunk is claimed, so we can now remove this wall. And the reason why I'm removing this wall is because it currently interferes with the plans of where I'm putting my castle. Because like the actual castle wall is going to start relatively close to where this wall currently is. And then, which we obviously need to expand the wall out a little bit further by claiming the next chunk. But, yeah. You know, General Electric made the gun that A10 is built around. I didn't know that, cool guy. Ah, thank you for reminding me, Rescore. At least somebody's keeping on top of things. Because I'm certainly not. Yeah, we need to go check our snares. So the F-15 is a plane with a gun, but the A-10 Thunderbolt is a gun with a plane. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, snap time. What will we find? What? Oh, fun fact. Rift activity is still apocalyptic. So that's fantastic. And another rift actually just opened up right here. Alright, snare 1 has nothing. Snare 2 didn't have bait, so no wonder it didn't catch anything. Snare 3, aha. Might have to even move this a little bit further into the woods if we want to get more stuff. Potentially. Let's check these other snares. It's tripped, but nothing caught. Guess it's not a guarantee to catch anything. Also, tripped, but nothing caught. And tripped, but nothing caught. What a shame. Are there 2 rifts? Yeah, there are. It's like, wait a minute. 3 rifts right next to each other. I love that for me. Yeah, let's go ahead and harvest a few blueberries here to go set our snares up again. I may need to readjust the spots that they're currently in, but I don't know. We'll see. Only 1 snare has been successful so far, so... Can I get this one? Nope. Alright, so now they all have bait. We shall come back and check on them in a day or 2. Also, what day is it? 2nd of October. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, food is gonna be a bit of a priority. And you know what I should probably do is start making myself some fire clay. Because I need to make myself an oven to start making bread. Because I have the grain. I have a decent amount of grain. We got, you know, we got some spelt in here, some flax in there. We also have some more flax in there. Like, I have the stuff. I just... Yeah, it's... I need to set myself up. It's fresh for 4 more days. You become a vampiric pizza sauce before you hear the... That's fair. Alright, I think it's probably in our... best interest to seal as much up as we can. This is probably the most food that I've prepared for winter in a very long time. Okay, my cat is not underneath me right now. So we're gonna remove these blocks here because we don't need to climb up that anymore. All right, we're finally getting some breathing room in regards to building, so that's good. I do want to potentially... I might... Yeah, I do want to try to expand out one more chunk, and then we'll start working on the entrance of our castle here. So... looks like we're gonna have to do some more digging too, which is even better. Yippee! Probably should have been counting how far out I need to dig, but it's fine. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole lot of area to clear out here, huh? Yeah. Ouch. Hey, you. Oh, geez. Hi. Y'all brought friends. Ouch! That hurted. Ah! They just keep popping up, and I don't like it. Flax. Nothing. Bone arrow. Bone arrow. Nothing. Flax. Yeah, these guys are absolute garbage. Ah! Oh, that's right. I kind of forgot that this room was here. I think that might have been what inspired me to do the dungeon down here, if I recall correctly. But it's time we go home. Who win a battle? A10 Thunderbolt or AC-130, aka Angel of Death? That's a solid question. I'm not entirely sure, cool guy. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and sleep now. All right, good morning, everybody. I might have to start making some fur stuff here pretty soon. Maybe. Let's finish off this bowl, which of course has like nothing left. We have enough food portions, so I'll have to go ahead. I honestly think the armor is kind of helping us out. Like, it's definitely not the best armor or anything, but it's serviceable. Hey. Oh, you just summoned all your friends, huh? You know, if you're gonna attack me, at least give me something for it. You see 130 may have the firepower, but the A10 has the speed. It would be an interesting fight. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. This lamppost here seems honestly pretty easy to make. We just need to make lanterns. I don't know. Like I said, potentially wanting to do some more stuff with off-camera work, resource gathering. I don't know. Nobody seemed to have answered my question earlier. Are you guys opposed to me doing like resource gathering and small tasks around the base while I'm off camera? Or do you want to see everything on camera? Because I know I don't want to be spending too much time off camera just because the seasons or the months are so short. So I guess that kind of leads to the question of, if I do stuff off camera, then should I extend the number of days per month or season or whatever it is? H10 is faster and it can run off 1 engine. AC 130 has better guns but slower fire rate. That doesn't answer my question, cool guy. Ah! Nothing and nothing. I love getting nothing. Definitely gonna have to patch up this hole down here, because I don't want to be falling through that. We'll have to remember that that's there, because we're gonna definitely need to have it. I want to have basically like this entire area down here would be pretty cool to have for like a dungeon. So we want to keep that in mind, and we want to try to maximize the amount of space that we have here. It's gonna seem crazy, but I'm just gonna toss that for now. Especially just talking about, hey, food. It's kind of necessary. Jeez, you guys are crazy. Heading off for now. It was nice hanging out with you. Thanks for tuning in, Puff Pastry. Really appreciate seeing new faces in here. And once again, thank you so much for subscribing. And welcome to the Z fam. Hopefully we will see you again soon. Alright, so we do have a bit of a hole to fill in here. And it's probably going to end up turning into a bit of a monster fest if I don't light this up too. So, ooh. Oh man. Yeah, this right here. So we have to build out to. And that's a lot of dirt. That's... Why? Why, monsters? Are things just spawning? I think things are just spawning like crazy right now. And, you know, I should be a little more proactive about that, but the stream is buffering. I'm gonna head off. Why is it buff? What in the why? I'm gonna close OneDrive and give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna take a short break while I get this stuff figured out. Oh, what the hell? Am I having... Wait. We might be good now. Let's head back in. Looks like... We might be saved. Yeah. Looks like we're saved again. So you might just need to re-buffer your streams or refresh your screens if you're experiencing any buffering. Currently, I do apologize about that. OneDrive can be stupid sometimes. I know I definitely told it to stop syncing, but it doesn't always like to listen to me. All right, let's get back to castle building. Gonna have to keep a close eye on that now. Oh, wait, that wasn't... I wanted to make more torches. That's right. I wanted to make more torches so that I can light up that down... the down below area. Yes, that's exactly what we're calling it now. Down below area. I also just realized, too, that because the weather is starting to get colder, my crops are probably not going to fare too well. And that I should probably try to keep an eye on them and make sure that they don't die and whatnot. I didn't need to make that many torches, but hey, it's fine. Because what we need to do is put torch down, put torch in other hand, and light. But I know these will eventually burn out. So I don't know, is it even worth it? Jesus Christ, the echo scared me. I also don't have the resources to make torch holders either, which is kind of a slight problem. Yeah, I'm just lighting this up a little bit here. Hopefully prevent as many mobs from spawning. But we'll see what happens, I guess. Actually, you know what? I also just realized if we want to make glass, should probably harvest up some of this quartz. I can't remember exactly how much quartz I need. Smelton Bloomery 4. Okay. Ah! Okay, well, that goes to show that lighting up down there didn't necessarily help too much. You know what? This is just going to be the faster and easier way of going about through this. Let's go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, wrong thing. I think we need to. Alright, so now we got some glass being made, which for those cabinets will be super helpful. And we don't need the grass either. Honestly, I'll probably just fill in the hole for now. I'm not even going to worry about the monsters or anything like that. It just needs to be filled in so that we can get this done. And so, how many blocks will I need to fill the rest of this in? I should have enough dirt. Yeah. This shouldn't be a problem in the slightest. Poor man's scaffolding. Dirt. Am I right, everybody? I think there is like some sort of scaffolding mod that we probably could potentially add in, but I think that might require bamboo. And I have only sniffed some bamboo spikes from a dungeon chest. So I don't know how reliable that's gonna be. But you know, might be worth a shot. Who knows? You know, I might just even start with filling in this wall first, just because I don't want things to be able to shoot at me while I'm working. Because I know I'm gonna definitely get some of the boton spawns. Those guys, yeah, they're probably gonna end up spawning down there and shooting at me through the gaps if I'm not careful. So probably a smart move there. How's the rest of chat doing? Guys hanging in there? Having a good time? Enjoying yourselves? I know we haven't actually worked on a proper castle yet, but we're getting there. I promise you we'll at least get a solid start to it tonight. Look at that guy down there crawling around on the ground. You know what? We're gonna toss those sticks because we can always get a lot more sticks later. There's a lot of leaves right here. Is there a tree? There is a tree. That would explain it. Yeah, those guys definitely want a piece of me. But they can't reach me from down there. I feel like I'm gonna regret not lighting that up more. But that's a problem for future Z-Man. Alright, we ran out of cobblestone, so we gotta make ourselves some more cobblestone blocks. And honestly, I'm just gonna throw in the dirt here. And we're gonna take out a few of these slabs here, I think, to hopefully get enough enough rocks to make the cobble that we need. Also, my sock's falling off. Finally put my slippers on, because I'm an old man. My feet feel so much better. It is very cold where I live currently, so it's I always dislike, strongly dislike the winter months. Especially with living in a basement. But you know, this is the fate that I chose. So I'm gonna suck it up. We're actually almost out of harvestable stone here. We might have to go do a bit more stone gathering here soon. If I don't think... Oh, so that breaks it down. I see. I see. Oh, you know what I just realized too is that I'm gonna need more walls. More of these dry stone fence walls. Well, that didn't work. Bruh, come on. Put the torch in your offhand. It's not that hard. Hello, leaves. Get out of my face. I probably don't have enough cobblestone to finish this off, but that just means we have to do some more resource gathering, which sucks. I don't want to do resource gathering on stream unless absolutely necessary. Also, I think in the morning we should probably go check our snare traps. Because we should hopefully have some more food in there. Yeah, definitely not enough. But it is hopefully late enough that we can just go to bed and in the morning check our snares and then do some rock gathering. Trying to throw away those there, not like, what are you doing, game? Oh, that's right. I made more of these. Because I wanted to make more storage. Do I not have... Wait a minute. I should be able to combine these because I don't think it matters. It does not. Oh, we do have 2 more trunks to utilize, which is great. Also meant to check on this stuff. Yeah, because the reason why I wanted to make more storage, don't know why I tossed that. Back in here, I'm gonna make a storage room for our food until we make a proper place. Once we get our castle built, then we should be fine to relocate our food storage. But because winter is right around the corner, I would like to have a place to probably store crops and other foods and whatnot. So what I want to do is grab some of this glacier ice here, and I think if we just put that in the corner, we make a door. I don't even care what kind of door it is. That should make this a I think this actually might need to be flush with this side. Maybe. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not super familiar with using the glacier ice mod for cooler rooms and food storage and all that stuff. So this says it's like good for a couple days. I don't know why I just swapped my pickaxe, but I did. So the meat was fresh for about 3 remaining days. So now if we put that into there, it still says fresh for 2 days. I don't know if so the food perish speed is drastically lower in comparison to out here, I think. I really hope I'm doing this right, because I feel like I'm just going to make myself look like an idiot. Should also be careful because I know for a fact that mobs will spawn in here, so I might need to put down a torch too. What does cellar ice do? Cellars. Okay, so any fully enclosed space considered cellar will have a low and consistent year-round temperature. Most simple is a 1x2x1. More elaborate, it's going to be up to 7x7x7. To verify a cellar's working, look at any container's block info. You will want to reach the lowest possible food parish. Also, the walls from soil, bricks, or stone materials. Oh, that's right. I think we could do packed soil. Right. All right, so let's try this again. Which I think it's packed dirt that we need to worry about. Like, I'm literally just doing a... Oh, that's not the right block. Yeah, just doing a simple cellar. I'm not trying to do anything fancy or anything like that. I wonder if... technically are low enough. That we should be able to just... do this. It says it's still fresh for 2 days. Cellars. So do I need grass like that? What time is it? It's pretty late. But I'd like to try to get this all sorted and figured out. Hey, our lantern's dancing. Okay, so now, what do I do with my cellar ice? Or with my ice? So do that. And now we have cellar ice. Should be simple and pretty straightforward, I would think. Ouch. Or it looks like cellar ice should be working. It looks like some particles are coming off this. So I'm gonna go to sleep now. Also, that gives us a little bit more room to work with this general area that we are currently in. Good morning. I'm gonna put my shelves over here. Empty crock. Yeah, that's all that food. Oh, great. Of course, it's going to start raining. Well, let's get back to work. We should try to do some more stone gathering, I think. Has this just been sitting here the entire time? And I'm just now noticing the high... What? I feel so silly. That's an extra 19 blocks of high fertility soil. That's amazing. I'm gonna go put this down in our crop plot now. I should probably go check my snares too. You know what? I'm gonna start a new crop plot as well. That's honestly fantastic. I also didn't plant that many crops, which I don't know if that's going to come back to bite me in the butt. Or if I'm going to have to heavily rely on... What's the temperature? I don't know. I'm going to have to double check my seeds for the cold resistance. So we're already into the 4th of October. I imagine when it hits November, it's going to be even worse. Just going to toss that for now. Let me see here. Seeds. So that's onion. What's the cold resistance? -10, -1, -5. So carrots are probably going to be our best bet, since they have the most cold resistance. Also, I meant to check rift activity. It's down to a medium. It's been downgraded finally. We also need to go check our snares. Nothing. 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 Wow. How has nothing... That's kind of unfortunate. Might have to relocate those snares. In the meantime, let's put that down. I think I want to focus on getting the final expansion, or I want to get the next chunk claim done before we try to do anything else. I hate getting sidetracked. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to go get more stone before we continue on with this next expansion, because we don't have enough. So let's head on over to Zequari, which is located right on over here. Well, now I'm like kind of paranoid. I'm like, I should probably check the soil more often. Like, how did I not notice that there was, you know, terra preta, not terra preta, high fertility soil, like right there. Okay, that's just a tree. I was like, wait a minute, what is that? I'm also harvesting up any crops I come across, because more crops the better. Mostly just for seeds at this point. We're not really going to get too many grown crops, I don't think. Alright, here's our quarry. Need to be a little bit mindful, I guess, of any potential enemies. Actually, I need to keep track of how much I'm mining, because I mined out 16 blocks up there. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Hammer. Where's my hammer? Right here. I think we've got a pretty efficient system currently going on. Which I'm pretty happy with. Oh boy. Ah, you missed. You also missed that time too, you loser. Bow and arrow, don't care about. Awesome. Okay, so we got a few more stone slabs to work with. Which I'm kind of hoping will be enough. I didn't notice those turnips sitting there, but I'm not going to worry about them. Oh, great. Another rift inside our base. That's it. That's fantastic. All right, we got 8 slabs. See what we can get out of 2 of them. You know, I might want to make that brick chisel for when we actually start working on the castle. Yep, that about tracks. Should probably go empty out my inventory first anyways. Since it is getting a little bit later. Ooh, so that cellar ice really doesn't last super long. Which is interesting. Flax seeds we'll put up there. Turnips. I'm kind of curious how much like each slot holds. Like, it doesn't seem like it holds all that much. Should probably cook up the rest of this here. Nope. I don't want to sleep just yet. Just grabbing this so I can make more firewood. You know, I should probably try to make hefty portions rather than... Oh, well, I guess I should probably put the firewood in here first, huh? That generally helps. But I want to make heftier portions so that they will last me longer. Or, not last me longer, but you guys know what I mean. They'll be more filling. I'm also just going to do myself a favor and move this stuff into here now. Yeah, this didn't have anything really in it. Yeah, we have a little bit more portion left after that, but it gets dark so much earlier now. So let's go ahead and sleep the night away. Oh gosh. You know, I am starting to get a little bit of a headache, and it's probably because I haven't eaten since 12. And all I've had is caffeine. So that's also probably why I have a bit of a headache, but I should probably in my best interest to finish up with the base expansion, and the last thing we'll leave off with for tonight is our we need to make more flint so that we are ground up flint to make ourselves some whatchamacallits. I didn't even know I was running towards this guy. I'm gonna be 100% honest. But I want to make an oven so that I can start making some bread and pies. I feel like that will be so helpful. I don't think that's gonna be enough. Oh, my knife. What the heck? What are you doing on the ground? I do have one staircase over here, which I honestly might just move over to where I'm currently building. Ugh. It's gonna be close if I'm gonna have enough materials. I feel like I'm gonna be just short. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna be just short. I should have enough slabs and walls though, so I'm not worried about that. I just need to get a few more cobblestone. Should be pretty easy to get. I might need to make a few more slabs, but yeah. Yeah, honestly, this headache is actually starting to intensify quite a bit. So I think what I will do is finish off this here, and then next time we will actually properly get started on the castle. That sounds like a pretty solid plan to me. Next time we'll, yeah, get started on the castle. But before we do that, we will focus on the things and stuff. Yes. Making our oven. I might try to... Ultimately, I think I will end up going through with doing some off-camera work. And like small stuff like that. Oh, look at this. I got an oven. Oh, look at this. I went over and got some iron from the iron node. Like, simple stuff like that. I just feel like isn't really stream worthy. I should probably do. So, with that being said, I will probably end up updating the number of days in a season. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this chunk has not been claimed, so next time we will officially get started on actually building the castle. I apologize that this stream was a little bit misleading. I'm definitely have to update the stream title and all that kind of stuff, but this is where we are going to go ahead and leave off for the night, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for chatting with me along the way. If you guys enjoyed the stream and you haven't done so yet, if you're watching this live or in VOD form, hit that like button. Check all the links below for all of my social medias. Consider joining my community Discord as well. And check out all my other socials. There's great places to follow me at. And if you want to see more Everything Medieval, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. And I also want to say a huge shout out and thank you to all my channel members. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you want to be absolutely amazing just like them, consider becoming a channel member today. Never required, but always greatly appreciated. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for Return to Moria. Bye.